Hey guys, it's so great to be back. As you've seen, I took it a little easy the last couple of days. It's kind of funny, I have two hearts, I guess, beating in my chest because I really needed to slow down a little bit because to do this on a daily basis, since I'm not an experienced video guy, I mean, I used to be a photographer, it takes me a long time. And then sometimes I was getting ready at like 3 o'clock or was done at 3 o'clock in the morning to post something. But at the same time, if you do something every day, it just gets easier. And then the moment you stop, of course, it takes a little while to get back into it. So I think I'll go back to daily vlogging. It seems to be easier for me because then I just know, got to do the vlog, has to be done, has to be up at a certain time. So also I was missing it. So as you can see, the weather was really nice this weekend in Berlin. That always helps. But I was thinking a lot about Swami Vivekananda since the last post that you saw about the little heads, little bodies, because he's such an interesting person to me. He was born in 1863 and died in 1902, so he was not 40 years old. He was 39 when he died. And apparently he always said he would die before he's 40, so he knew. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he died meditating. So some of his followers said, he just left his body and moved on to wherever he moved on to. So I mentioned he brought yoga to the West, but he's really famous for his speech in front of the Parliament of World Religions. So that was 1893. And his famous speech started, "Dear Brothers and Sisters of America." So that's how he introduced Hinduism to the States. To me, it's so interesting that in 1893 they had something like a parliament of world religions, because we don't have this today, I think. And what better place to find an exchange and talk to each other? But I think we stopped probably having that exchange like a long time ago. But I want to go back to the part I read the other day. And actually, I jumped back a little bit from where I was reading it the last time. And I want to read you that section as well. So he mentioned that happiness we see is what everyone is seeking for. But the majority seeks in things which are evanescent and not real. No happiness was ever found in the senses. There never was a person who found happiness in the senses or in enjoyment of the senses. Happiness is only found in spirit. Therefore, the highest utility for mankind is to find this happiness in the spirit. It's so interesting that when Swami Vivekananda talks about that there's no happiness in the senses. Even though we're all very focused on our senses and of sensory fulfillment, sensory happiness. And I think he's right when he says that doesn't exist. But we're still trying to find it there, but it can't be found there. So, isn't it time to turn to spirit then? And I think that's what's ahead of us. That's the age of Aquarius, that's the time that we will experience now, because we've been so much on the outside, so much interested in the outer world and so little in what's inside of ourselves. And based on what is going on now, also with the virus, the outer world doesn't really exist in that way anymore as we had it in the past. So the time's now to focus on the inside. To look inside and to find a connection with spirit again. Because that spirit we definitely have lost. And that's why, unhappiness is so rampant everywhere. I don't know the amount of people who take drugs against depression in Germany, but as we know, it's really vast in the States. And if that many people are so unhappy, well, maybe there's something wrong. And maybe that is because we lost the connection to something that is bigger than us. Because you can buy as many phones, cell phones, iPhones, smartphones, computers, toys as you want, but they will ultimately, and we all know that, don't give us any happiness. But then we turn around and keep on going. I think that's one of the really impressive things of human beings. We have realizations, and I'm only talking about myself. You start to realize something, and then you turn around and keep on doing what you did before, even though you know it doesn't make any sense. It's time to connect to spirit. Yeah, it's time to change. I mean, we know how the old world looked like, but maybe there's time for a better one. I mean, I saw this interview, somebody I think in Holland was talking about why they demonstrate and stuff, and he said, yeah, just give us our lives back, exactly how it was before. Yeah, I mean, was it really that great? And I don't think there's any happiness if we don't connect to spirit. We can't change anybody else, we can't change the system really, but we can look at why we're doing things, how we're doing them, and then maybe let go of the reasons why we're doing things the way we're doing them, and then that's how we change. We can't change anybody else, we can't change the system. The system was always abusive. And it will be abusive in the future, geared towards the rich, abusing the poor. It was always like that. I mean, Jesus had the same problem. So it hasn't changed in 2,000 years. How big is the likelihood that it will change now? That's very slim. But it's interesting to look at why we're doing things the way we're doing it. And as Swami Vivekananda said it, and I really believe that, even if there's a small portion of society that can let go of selfishness, that can let go of believing that we're these little bodies and little minds, then the world will change. It will not change through material thinking and machines, and that's what we've been doing, and it just made it worse. So maybe it's time to start fresh. I honestly don't want to go back to how it was before. There must be something better. If a small portion of us just connects back, then things will move. So let's connect back. Let's see if there's more to life. Let's see if there's a way that we can connect back to something that is bigger than us, that we might not be able to describe, but we feel that is there. And let's see if he's right. So if he's right, we will change, the world will change. If he's wrong, well, we tried, you know. At least we can say there's nothing we can do, and then sit at the beach and drink pina coladas and call it a day. So it's worth a try. Well, thank you. I'll be posting daily again now, and I see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. the way, if you're still here, please like and subscribe. Don't have that many likes. I don't know if it's just because people forget it or because you just don't like it. But if you like it, it would really help me if you like it and subscribe, because the group gets bigger as we speak. So we're up to 32 by now. It has been 32, I think, for a while. So subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.